The secret behind Lady Gaga's power isn't just talent. It's the raw, unapologetic code of her Aries DNA. And that raises a question, especially now, with major planetary shifts lighting up Aries and demanding our attention. Among the fire signs, whose energy hits the hardest? The explosive spark of Aries, the radiant command of Leo, or the boundless quest of Sagittarius? To touch that question, we have to define our terms. Astrological energy isn't about being loud or hyper. It's the raw physics of your personality, the way you move through life. So before we compare, let's lay down the rules. So let's set the rules of this power ranking. We're not just looking for who acts the most hyper. We're judging on 3 distinct levels of power. First, physical vitality assigns raw stamina and impulse for action. Second, mental drive, the sheer force of their will and ambition. And third, emotional passion, the intensity and scope of their conviction, how deep and far it really goes. The parameters are locked in. The showdown starts now. Our first contender, the genesis of fire itself, the primal spark, the Zodiac's initiator. This is Aries. To understand Aries, you start with its ruler, Mars, the planet of action, war, and pure, unfiltered drive. This is why Aries energy shows up as the Zodiac's first spark, explosive, instinctive, primal. Leading astrological authority Radiance describes this as a primal awakening of raw awareness, like the birth of a child taking a first breath. Aries doesn't sit around analyzing. It just moves. They're the pioneers, the initiators, the ones who kick down the door without even checking if it was unlocked. And as the astrology resource The Night Sky puts it, Aries represent fire in its most raw and initiatory form. They don't just have energy, they are energy in motion. If you want a living blueprint of this force, look at Aries icon Lady Gaga. Her entire career is a masterclass in Aries instinct. She didn't chase trends. She became the trend through her sound, her visuals, her fashion, everything. She famously said, "When they wanted me to be sexy, when they wanted me to be pop, I always put some absurd spin on it to make me feel like I was in control." That line is pure Aries, a relentless drive for self-sovereignty, a knee-jerk instinct to create on your own terms. That is the spark in action. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. This is also the critical vulnerability of Aries. Their energy is wired for ignition, not endurance. An explosion, by its very nature, is finite. It's a brilliant flash, not a steady flame, and that exposes the core challenge for Aries. They start the fire, but who sustains it? What happens when you need fire not just to begin, but to endure and radiate with unwavering confidence? For that answer, we turn to the sun itself, our next contender, Leo. If Aries is the initial spark, then Leo is the sun itself, the blazing center of our solar system, the place everything else revolves around. Leo's energy, ruled by the sun, isn't the chaotic, explosive burst we saw in Aries. It's a steady burn, a sustained, radiant, life-giving warmth. Honestly, that's the fundamental difference. Leo's purpose isn't to start the fire. It's to be the fire that everyone else gathers around. Their power is gravitational. People, projects, and opportunities are naturally pulled into their orbit, drawn to their light and their confidence. This is why Leos are the natural-born leaders, performers, and creatives of the Zodiac. Their energy demands an audience. It finds its highest expression through stable, charismatic leadership and bold, unapologetic self-expression. You don't just feel their passion, you see it right in front of you, and it charges up everyone who comes into contact with it. But this brings us to their core challenge, being the sun is a massive responsibility. They give their energy so freely to their work, their friends, their kingdom, that they often forget to recharge. They risk pouring out all their light for others and letting their own core quietly grow dim. The greatest threat to a Leo isn't external, it's internal. Burnout from forgetting to shine for themselves first. So we have the explosive spark of Aries and the radiant gravitational sun of Leo. Both are immense, yet ultimately contained sources of power. But what about fire that refuses to be contained? A wildfire fueled by pure adventure and an unquenchable thirst for whatever waits just over the horizon. For that, we turn to our final contender, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the wildfire of the Zodiac. Their energy was never meant to be contained. It's designed to spread across new horizons. This is Jupiter talking, the planet of growth, wisdom, and expansion. Unlike the raw physical drive of Aries or the heart-centered radiance of Leo, Sagittarius energy is fundamentally intellectual. They're fueled by insatiable curiosity, a deep need for freedom, and a relentless hunt for the next big idea. Picture this. It's 2:00 a.m. A Sagittarius is scrolling and sees a last-minute flight to a country they've only read about. For them, there's no debate. There's a click, a confirmation, and a surge of pure, electrifying purpose. That isn't recklessness. That's oxygen. It's the thrill of a new map to explore and a new philosophy to absorb. Their fire spreads through optimism and exploration. But here's the catch: restlessness. The moment a Sagittarius feels trapped in a routine, that vibrant wildfire shrinks down into restless embers. They start pacing inside their own life. They have to have new territory to burn. Sagittarians in the audience, where did your last impulsive trip take you? Seriously, tell me in the comments. I'm curious. So the board is set, the primal spark of Aries, the radiant sun of Leo, and the endless wildfire of Sagittarius. 3 incredible forces. But the sign that truly carries the most raw energy, the answer is almost certainly not the one you're expecting. The sign with the most raw, untamed energy? Aries. Here's the strategic insight. Leo is the sun that sustains the fire. Sagittarius is the wildfire that expands it, and Aries is energy in its purest, most foundational form. They don't just have energy, they are energy. And it's not just me saying that. Leading astrological sources back this up. The Astrology podcast defines Aries perfectly as the spark, the starting point, ignition, the moment of combustion. Aries is the initial force that allows the other fire signs to shine and explore. So Aries takes the title, but this isn't some cute cosmic trophy. It's a strategic advantage. Let's be real. Understanding which of these fire signatures defines your core drive is a genuine superpower. And now I'll show you exactly how to wield it. So how do you actually use this power? It starts in one place: radical, honest self-awareness. Whether you're the raw spark of an Aries, the radiant sun of a Leo, or the wild expansion of a Sagittarius, understanding your unique energy signature is your truest superpower. Now I want your verdict. Do you agree Aries is the ultimate powerhouse? Drop your case and your sign in the comments. And if you're ready to decode the rest of your astrological blueprint, hit subscribe, tap the notification bell, and stay tuned. There's more to unlock.